How is it going, everybody? It's your boy Marcus, the Low Vision Gamer here, and welcome back to another video. In this video, I bring you guys a brand new top 10 Switch games video. The last one that I made was all the way back in like 2020, and let me just say that when I rewatched it, I didn't know what I was thinking putting Ring Fit Adventure at number 1. In fact, I'll make sure to link that video so you can see it. Or maybe I'll kind of throw it in at the end of the video or something so you guys can rewatch that. I'll see what I do. But anyways, so I've decided to pick a whole bunch of games that I've been enjoying thus far, and I want to kind of share them with you. So with that being said, we'll start with the number 10 spot, and that is Wild Card Football. Now, I'm going to be honest, when it comes to sports game, I usually don't play them for a long time. In fact, you know, if I'm playing a sports game, it's usually just one quick match and I'm done. Wild Card Football, though, this game is actually really, really fun. I mean, first of all, like I think it was my dad who found this while I was at a GameStop, and you know, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of skeptical about it. Like, you know, at $25, is this game gonna be all rink-a-dink and just have bad controls and stuff? No, in fact, it's actually, the controls are like worked really, really well. There's like a whole bunch of different content. Like, you have a standard exhibition mode, which up to 2 players can play. You also have like your regular season mode. There's even like an online play as well. But what's really kind of cool is they have this world tour thing, and there's a bunch of these challenges that you can do to earn a bunch of like chests and stuff. You earn XP to earn chests that will give you different cosmetics. It's really cool, but what really makes the game stand out is the wild card ability, the wild card mechanic, where you have these different cards that you play during your match, right after you pick the play you want. And there are cards that can, you know, boost your speed or, you know, reduce your opponent's speed, stuff like that. And it's a lot of fun, a lot of chaos, and, you know, for $25, this is a good find. I think the original was like $30 or something. So you're gonna get a good deal out of this one. Coming up in the number 9 spot is, you know, the first ever Switch game that I ever got, and that is Super Mario Odyssey, the game that started the collection. And man, this game, absolutely awesome. Like the whole open world kind of feel that the game was going for is awesome. Actually, no, it's not even like the open world aspect. It's the mechanic of being able to capture, of like using Cappy and capturing these different enemies. Like, you could control a Bullet Bill, you could control a Charging Chuck, a Goomba, a Koopa Troopa, a Cheep Cheep, and, spoiler alert, even Bowser. Like, that's freaking crazy. Like, you could never do that in any game. If anything, you're mostly just like stomping on a Koopa Troopa's head or throwing a fireball at a Cheep Cheep. Like, you couldn't actually become the Cheep Cheep or Koopa Troopa and actually control them. And the worlds, like, a lot of them are so fun and colorful. Well, there's a few exceptions, but still, though, it's really just awesome. And the amount of moons there are in the game, there's like endless amount of stuff to do. And there's a whole bunch of different kingdoms. The bosses are super fun. And, you know, I think it's still a fun game. Now, I will say this: it is definitely not as good as one Mario game that's in this list, and that game isn't even a 3D Mario one. But continuing on with the 3D theme, or should I make a quick change? I kind of want to make a quick change up here. You know what? Yeah, we gonna switch. So, next up, I have Metroid Prime Remastered. The original game that I was going to have was going to be No Man's Sky as my number 7 spot, 8 spot. Yeah, my number 8. But the real number 8 spot is going to go to Metroid Prime Remastered, and this game, it's a sci-fi shooter, and it's actually really, really like kind of intense, but it's still really, really fun getting to play as Samus in a way, where you have these different visors that you switch through, and you have these different cannon types as well. Like you have like your standard beam, and then you have like an ice beam, like a whole bunch of different gear that Samus uses to kind of get through the world. And here's the best part. This game is $40. And that's the actual price. Cuz normally if it's a game made by Nintendo and it's like a popular series, they normally go for like $60. In fact, Mario Odyssey right here is $60. So they're not cheap, you guys. They're not cheap games, but Metroid Prime happens to be a relatively decent price. So if you're looking to experience one of Nintendo's franchises, but at a decent budget, I think this is a good one. This is a good game worth picking up. And the cool thing is, it has a reversible cover too. So that's if you get the physical version. So there it is. That's my number 8. Now we're at my number 7, and we have No Man's Sky. I was going to put this at 8, like I said, but I honestly couldn't. But this game, wow. Like, I was literally playing this game earlier, and it is really, really, really fun. In fact, I had this on my tier list video. I'm gonna have to do another one of those for sure. Comment down below if you guys want to see another one of those. But this game is actually really, really fun because it's not just an open world game. In fact, it's an open universe game. Like, there's so many different galaxies to explore and a whole bunch of different planets that have their own like unique kinds of weather and a bunch of different creatures and environments, and you'll be able to meet different alien species and just kind of set off on your own journey. In fact, like, when you start the game for the first time, like, if you start a game, like a new save file, you're not going to be put in the same place. Like, when I started No Man's Sky, I made my first file, but then I decided to do a second one. My location was completely different from my first save file. So it's all random, which is really, 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 really cool. And also, there's a lot of crafting too. A lot of crafting involved. You can create your own base too. The game even has a creative mode. So I would even say it's like Minecraft, but better, because you actually get to explore different environments. It's not just like the end, the Nether, and I guess the main world. I could be wrong. There's probably at least a couple of other worlds that I missed, but that's all that I know there is for Minecraft. But this is still fun, and I think at regular prices is probably $60, I believe. I'll have to check the thing, but sometimes if you on the eShop, this game will be on sale. So if you're lucky, you could get this at a good price for like 20 something bucks. I'll have to look. I'll do a little research, and maybe in the description I'll put the prices to the games in the description so that you can check them out. But yeah, I would say for like a big exploration game, this one's really fun. I'm definitely gonna have to play more of this for sure, because there's just so much to do, and there's like no end to it. There's no end goal. You're just doing your thing. You know, collecting resources, building bases. It's all really fun. Next up, coming up in the number 6 spot, I have Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I haven't quite finished this game yet, but I will tell you, or no, actually this is Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, not Xenoblade 3, if that's what I said. But like I said though, I haven't finished this, but it is a really, really cool RPG game, or role-playing game. And the worlds that these characters live in are actually kind of interesting, because in the game you play as this character named Shulk, and you know, he lives on this giant titan called Bionis. There's two titans. One of them is called Bionis, and then there's another one called Mechonis. And you know, those two titans have been clashing for a long time until they just became these corpses. It's interesting, you guys. But the game is super fun and kind of emotional at moments, but I still really enjoy it. And I just like all the characters and, you know, their personalities. So if you happen to find Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, this is definitely worth checking out. In fact, here's a little look at the box art. So you can see you have all these different characters right there. You have Shulk, which you can play as in Super Smash Brothers. You have this character right there, Melia. You'll be able to meet her throughout your journey. Throughout your journey throughout the game and stuff. So yeah, overall, awesome RPG game. Now it's time for the top 5. Top 5 games. And in 5th place, I'm going to give it to Pokemon Violet. Now look, all you gamers can say what you want to say about this. I know, I get it. It looks bad. Blah, blah, blah. I swear, that's all I freaking hear coming from y'alls. But guess what? I don't give a crap. I don't give a crap about how the game looks. You know, for me, it's the gameplay that's important. Like, as long as the game has decent controls and, you know, decent mechanics, that's fine. Like this game, I love the whole open world aspect of it. Now, is it perfect? No, not necessarily. In fact, there are some things that I do feel could be better, but in terms of graphics, they look fine to me. I know a lot of gamers are gonna think I'm crazy for saying that, but that's just me. Okay, I don't use graphics as a deciding factor for whether or not a game is good. That's just like, no. But I think it looks fine. I do notice some like little glitches, but I don't make a big deal out of it. You know, I just look at them, and then move on. Like, I do like how your transportation is a Pokemon called Miraidon. That's if you get Pokemon Violet, you get Miraidon, and I think in Pokemon Scarlet it's Koraidon, and it's really, really fun. It has a pretty decent story. Customization could be better. I'm not gonna lie. I think Pokemon Sword and Shield's customization was slightly better than this. Because your adventure pretty much takes place in the Paldea region, and it starts at a school called Uva Academy. That's for the Violet version, and it's called something else in the Scarlet version. But that's basically you start at the school that you attend, and you're doing this thing called the treasure hunt, and it's basically you trying to find like your own path, like finding like the treasure or like your goal, I guess. And it's kind of cool. You get to meet all kinds of different characters. You have Nemona, which is your rival, and I'm not gonna lie, she can be annoying at times. Especially when she's constantly asking you to battle. Especially after a gym challenge. Like, if my team's, like, almost at... Like, if almost half my team is almost dead, she'll literally be like, let's have a battle. And I'm like, I just got done with my gym match, and you already want to battle with me? Come on, give me a break. But it's still cool. So, here's the Paldea region. This is the whole map of it. This place right here is kind of a secret. I'm not going to really explain too much. By the way, I did do a gameplay of this. So if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. Pretty awesome. Now we're getting pretty close to the top 3. We got our number 4 spot. The number 4 spot, and that goes to Luigi's Mansion 3. This game is super duper fun, quirky. I've never really got to experience this series from like the first game until now, and it's really, really fun. It's now, in terms of like scariness, it's not like over the top scary. It's like a fun kind of scary. You get to play as Luigi, and he has this thing called the Poltergust G00 or Poltergust Goo, and it's like this vacuum thing. Think of him as like part of the Ghostbusters in a way, and that's what you're like fighting with these ghosts, and you're flinging them all over the place. The boss battles are kind of fun and unique as well. And Luigi's adventure basically takes place at this hotel called The Last Resort. And, at first glance, it seems all peaceful. But then, before you know it, things start going badly. Mario gets captured. All of Luigi's friends get captured. And you got to go through all these different floors to save his friends. Like, there's like a, like in one floor, there's, like, you have your standard ones, like you have the auditorium and you have the dining room, but then you start getting into crazier spots, like a desert room, or like a medieval room, or like a disco type of or floor is what I meant to say. But it's really cool. And after beating the game for the first time, I decided to start another game, but I just haven't played this game as much because I've mostly been playing another game. Oh, I almost revealed one of the top 3, but I'll get to it. So that's Luigi's Mansion 3. Super duper fun. Let me know if you guys want to see a gameplay of this. In fact, let me know if you want to see gameplays for any of these games, whether it be Mario Odyssey or even the next title in my number 3 spot, The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. This game came out on the Wii originally, which I do have a Wii. I just never really heard of this game or never really got to experience it, but now I do, and it's really fun. So you're playing as Link, and he gets this, and he's wielding his Master Sword, and he gets this like spirit companion named Fi, who kind of guides him throughout his journey. And what's kind of neat about this game is that, you know, you have different button like control schemes. Like you have motion controls, and you also have button controls if you don't really like the motion ones, which that's what I ended up picking. But yeah, I like the gameplay of it. The story is also pretty good, very emotional at moments as well. That final boss though, oh my gosh, that final boss was ridiculously hard, but man, it felt good beating it. But what's kind of cool too is that if you have this amiibo right here, this is the Zelda Loftwing amiibo. If you scan this, you'll get an automatic like waypoint, I guess. This will let you go back to the hub world in the game called Skyloft without having to go to a checkpoint. So super cool. I ended up getting this. I actually did an unboxing for this amiibo too. So yeah, definitely check that out as well. So overall, it's a solid game. I would highly recommend picking that one up. Next up, coming up on my in the number 2, second place, I'm giving it to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. This game right here is absolutely insane. Now, for the longest time that I've been a gamer, I've never heard of Smash Bros. Never played it until 2018. I ended up getting this Christmas 2018 or something, or no, I think I might have got it later, like during the summer or something. I don't know. I forgot. But this game is awesome, you guys. You have a whole bunch of different fighters. Like, look, this is the roster right here. And that's not even all of it. Like, there's still a whole bunch of DLC characters too. Like, you have characters from Tekken, more characters from Xenoblade Chronicles. Like, you have almost every different franchise you could think of in one package. It's still really cool. And then the amount of game modes that this thing has, holy crap. Like, it's not just a fighting game. It's literally like the game has its own adventure mode with a full-blown story, and you go and you collect spirits, but the spirits are all like different characters from many different games, and there's a whole bunch that I've never even heard of, and I think that's so cool that Nintendo did that. You have like a stage builder, you have this mode called Home Run Contest, and it's just a load of fun, guys. I will say this, I have been playing it a lot more, because with some new DLC fighters that I got, but it's still a load of fun. And now, it is time for the number 1 spot. This is probably one of the best Mario games I have ever played, And that is Super Mario Brothers Wonder. This game right here is absolutely spectacular, you guys. Like, when Nintendo revealed this game during a Nintendo Direct, it looked awesome. And then when they actually did a full-blown Direct, it looked even cooler. Then getting to play through the demo, it was fun, but I couldn't really get too excited because it was at a GameStop and it was kind of quiet. But actually owning the game and completing the game for the first time, absolutely amazing. Actually, I think this was like my second. I already finished my second playthrough. That's how good this game is. Like, the story, I will say, isn't anything special. Like, it's kind of the same thing where, Mario and friends, they travel to the Flower Kingdom, which is like a new spot, and they meet Prince Florian, which I guess is like the ruler of the kingdom. And, there's the Wonder Flower, looking all sparkly and cool. And then, of course, Bowser comes, takes the Wonder Flower, turns into a freaking flying castle. And so it's up to you to stop him from using that Wonder Power for evil and so on and so forth. But the gameplay, freaking awesome. I mean, like, one of the things that I like about Mario Wonder is just like how flexible the game is. What I mean by that is there's no time limit. Like, you can literally explore each level to your heart's content. Like, you couldn't do that in a game like New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. Like, because that game has, like, you have 3 minutes to finish a level. That's it. And, once the timer starts running low, then that's when it gets stressful. Mario Brothers Wonder, you don't have to worry about that. I mean, there are certain, I guess, challenges that are timed, but other than that, though, you can just take it easy. And it's just awesome. But also what's really cool is the whole badge mechanic. You have your typical power-ups like, the Fire Flower and the Mushroom. And there's a few other new ones as well. And those are fun too. But the whole badge system is awesome, as I just said right now. And what's really cool about that is you have all these different badges that let you kind of give you additional power-ups. Like, there's one that will give you a mushroom at the start of the level. There's a badge that kind of lets you jump a lot higher, or there's ones that let you swim a lot smoother. Super duper cool idea. But the best part about the game, the wonder mechanic, the Wonder Flower. Oh my gosh, that's absolute chaosness. Like, every level has its own unique wonder effect, and they never disappoint. Even during my second playthrough, they just never disappointed, and they're super duper fun. Although, when it comes to boss battles, you're mostly facing Bowser Jr., which is fine, but I kind of wish they would have brought the Koopalings back. I think that would have been more fun. But even still, though, they even try to make the Bowser Jr. fights as unique as they can, and they're still really, really cool. So overall, like, this is a game that I would highly, highly, highly recommend you getting. In fact, I even have a wallpaper for this, but this is what the world map looks like. So you can see you got Mario, Peach, you have Yoshi, and oh, did I forget to mention the roster? The roster's freaking massive. You can play as Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy, Toad, Toadette. You have different colors of Yoshi and the Nabbit. like a massive, massive roster. But there it is, you guys. That is my top 10 favorite Nintendo Switch games. I hope you guys enjoyed that vid. Make sure you all like and subscribe. And yeah, definitely stay tuned because I've got a lot more ranking vids that are. I got another ranking vid that's gonna be coming out. That's not even gaming, video game related. So you guys are gonna have to stay tuned for that, and a whole bunch of other fun ones. So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.